Star Wars Battlefront is quite possibly the most anticipated game of this year. And I am not excited for it. I had watched Jim Sterling's Jimquisition on the matter, and I mostly agree with him. We have no reason to be excited. In fact, we have quite a few reasons to be skeptical. After the track record EA has had when producing these types of games, I am not thinking this is going to be a good game. Actually, as a matter of fact, I thought the opposite. I hope the opposite. I hope it's a bad game. I hope it fails. And there's a few reasons why. But the bad practices of most game companies have right now, that sentence made no sense, but bear with me. It is appalling that these practices go on so long. Pushing for pre-order bonuses, already lining up for DLC. DLC is fine, but why you cut... It seems like EA likes to cut their games short in order to make DLC. I loved Battlefront 1 and 2. They were great games. I had a lot of fun with both of them. But here's the thing. I don't have faith in it. And like I said, I want it to fail. And this is before I heard some rather distressing news about the game. I was seriously appalled, blown away that EA would make these creative decisions about the game. The first one is instant action mode is not going to be in the game. And that is a mode in the previous Battlefront games where you could go to a single player little match and just play a quick game. Instead, they're going to have little missions to do. I'm not full on the details on that, but it sounds like they're not going to have it, they're just going to have a story mode. This is really disappointing for me. I sunk a lot of time into playing Battlefront 1 that way. Some of the maps were great, I had a blast with them. I loved playing them. Just quick matches to kill time in between going to school, before school, when the bus arrives, after school, before a friend shows up, whatever. I would just play it and have a little fun. But that's not all. I had also heard that Galactic Conquest mode is not going to be in the game. While it was very lacking in the first Battlefront, it was great in Battlefront 2. I cannot believe they would leave this game mode out. This is the game mode that gave Star Wars Battlefront longevity. It is the reason why so many of us have sunk so many hours into that game, even if it was only single player. I don't know why they would make these decisions. And these are some of the things that gave the game life, that made the game interesting. I don't want it to turn into a regular Battlefield game. It shouldn't. By its nature, it's a third-person game. It shouldn't, but I don't want it to have the life sucked out of it like the previous Battlefield games. The last Battlefield game I enjoyed was the World War II version. Battlefield 2 was alright, Battlefield 3 had its moments, but after that, they're all the same. And I don't want Battlefront to go that route. And it's even more distressing that I feel it's going this way, because I've also heard there is no space battles in the game. Star Wars. The name of the series is literally called Star Wars, and it's not going to have space combat. And yeah, Battlefront, the first one, didn't have that, but in Battlefront 2, it was a blast to play. Even if the most efficient way to win was just to break into the enemy's battlecruiser and blow up everything from the inside. It didn't matter. It was great. It was fun. And I do not believe that taking it out is going to be any kind of good for the game. I remember hearing ambitions about Battlefront 3 before it was canceled by LucasArts, that it was going to have seamless transitions from the ground to space. And if that's what if that's what they're worried about, people wanting that and it's not being able to work, no one really wanted that to begin with. Or at least if they did, we can understand why it wouldn't work. Why would they not include space battles in this game? I loved flying my A-Wing around, one of the quickest little ships in that game, and just shooting down other ships. It was a blast. Flying a Y-Wing and bombing the crap out of the battle cruiser. Star Destroyer, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm a lore nerd, shut up. But I don't know why EA would make these creative decisions. Even if it is mostly... Oh, shoot, I take that back. Battlefront wasn't going to have a real story mode. I remember hearing that too. So I don't know what these missions, single-player missions, are going to be about. If it's not even going to have, you know, a galactic conquest or or instant action mode. I'm baffled. I don't know what these will be. And I'm sure they're not going to be very interesting. And as far as the trailer goes, it showed us literally nothing. A planet that looks like Yavin 4 with the speeders. Who cares about the damn speeders? And a Jedi. Darth Vader, I think it was. Wait, probably not Darth Vader. I think he's dead. But it doesn't matter. There's going to be Jedi, Sith, speeders, and a planet. That's what we know. And what the hell? They're going to give us all this bad news, tell us and show us a trailer that means nothing, and give us no good news? What is this game actually going to be about? Is it really just multiplayer crap? We've had 2 of those now. 2 games based solely on multiplayer, and they both aren't very good. Actually, 3 shooters. Evolve, Destiny, and Titanfall. And none of them were that interesting or had much longevity. And you just took away the 2 main game modes that would give it a little bit of longevity. So what are you bringing to it? What's going to be there that'll make it interesting? Is it just going to be a shined up AAA game? Is it going to look pretty? Is that it? Is it going to shoot like Battlefield? And really? This news isn't a big deal to me, but it definitely feels indicative of how they're limiting the game. And it is that AT-AT walkers are on rails. You cannot control them anymore, even though they controlled like butt in the first games anyway, but you cannot control them at all. They're on rails and you basically just shoot. That's kind of a big disappointment. Not because of that specifically, but what it could mean. You had an open area where you can walk around in an AT-AT. And it wouldn't be very useful or fun to do, but you could do it. You could walk around, shoot at stuff, and be near bases while you stand in your giant AT-AT. Why would you do this? I guess I know why. If it is that limiting to do that in the game, then fine. But I don't understand. I can't fathom why you would let... That's not what I'm trying to say. It just tells me a lot about what direction they might be going. And if it is the direction they are going, then I really do not want any part of this game. Until I'm shown otherwise, I will assume this game is shit. The things that gave Battlefield life in the first place are virtually gone. And I am not okay with that. Anyway, that's my rant. I had to get that off my chest. I'm sure no one really cares about what I have to say about this, but I had to voice this. This was not cool. I am not looking forward to the news this game is going to bring. But maybe I'll be surprised. Even so, I hope it's a bad game for the reasons mentioned previously. It's bad business practice to do the things they're doing, and I want this to be a message that it's not going to work anymore. Obviously, there are going to be people who pre-order it, but I really don't want to see the coolest modes in this game gone. But they are. Anyway, that's my rant. I will probably be making more of these as the mood strikes me, if they're remotely interesting. Otherwise, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm kind of bad at this. This is like the 7th take I've done on this, and it's awfully time consuming because I'm just not good at it. But I guess practice makes perfect, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks for hearing me rant. I'll let you let this battle play out. It's actually really interesting. And I'll see you guys next time.